What's good? So back with another video, and we're talking about quality versus quantity. It's an idea that's been warring in the creative community in a sense. It stifles many creatives. So many questions are asked like, am I putting too much content out? Am I putting too little content out? Then I normally hear something like, hey man, I'm gonna wait until I get really good at something, then I'm going to start putting my content out. I'm gonna start pulling my quality out. I think that's not really, how it works. Creating quality from nothing is difficult, but maintaining the quality is another beast. So quality and quantity should be basically holding hands in this whole process of content creation, whether that is music, art, whether that's writing, anything. They should be holding hands together while you're making your content. Let's do this. So I personally struggle with this idea of quality versus quantity. I'll make music and I look at my hard drives and there are things from past years I haven't put out. I normally spend hours on the computer working on music and grinding as if like I'm about to put out this extraordinary piece, and something within me just makes me want to stop. It makes me not want to put it out, whether that's the whole confidence aspect or whether that's the idea of I'm not good enough. And that comes into the other questions of, is it quality? Maybe I've been putting out too much, which I don't even know why I tell myself that. As someone who believes in quality content, why do I continue to take L's in that specific area? In analyzing these past L's, it's occurred to me that a couple things can shift the idea of this whole quality and quantity aspect that can make me better, even can help you in your creative endeavors. One, put yourself on a deadline. So the truth of the matter is that you won't reach perfection, but you can get very, very close to it. So if we're gonna put this in like a corporate setting, your boss, if you ever get a corporate job, he'll tell you, hey, I need this report done by Friday. He doesn't say, hey, I need a report by Friday and I want it to be quality, and you might have to make a couple of solutions in case that one doesn't work. He just says, I need it by Friday. Automatically creates this assumption in your mind that it has to be quality. So why not have the same with your content? Putting yourself on a deadline stretches your creativity. I see creativity as a muscle, and you have to work it out. You have to stretch it. You have to work under pressure in order to build it up. One way you could do this is, let's say you start a project on a Sunday. Give yourself a week, grind it out, no matter, whatever your grinding process is, whatever your creative process is, in order to get something done. Do it that week, and on Sunday, stop and see how much you've gotten done and evaluate whether it's quality, and if it's quality enough, put it out. Secondly, set up priorities in your projects. So one interesting aspect is making sure the ratio between quality and quantity is balanced. And the way you can do that is basically setting up priorities of your projects. There are times when I'll have an idea of a sample, and I hear a sample, I'm like, yo, I really want to sample that, like today when I get back in my dorm. In the back of my head, I know that I have a vlog to do, I have a bass video to do, especially if it's on Wednesdays, and there's like a couple of other things I have to do that I've required for myself to keep my content up on a consistent basis. And sometimes you have to tell your ideas no for that time being in order to get all your stuff done. Once you get all your stuff done, then you can do whatever you want to. Set priorities. So if I have A, B, and C to do, then I'm gonna do that. Then I'm going to go and work on the other creative ideas that I have. Yes, creativity is like a free range of ideas, but you do know that you need to tame it sometimes. You need to, especially if you want to go farther with it, sometimes you need to tame those ideas and still keep them in the vault in the back. So once you're done, you can pull it out and be like, yo, okay, let's do this because I was thinking about this while I was working on this other quality content. And thirdly, calm down and release. So there are a lot of creatives with this perfectionist syndrome, and The perfectionist syndrome is just that, creating perfect content. It tends to develop when we're younger. We have people around us pushing us to be the best in the classroom, the best in the court, to be the best at the instruments. Whatever you're trying to do, they want you to be the best, which there's nothing wrong with being the best, but it pushes you to this unrealistic, view of that particular activity or that particular talent, and you want to be perfect at it. It becomes an obsession. When we have this idea, it begins to seep into our projects, and it seeps into our way of grinding, essentially. And we forget to realize that flaws are inevitable, that they're always going to be there, and showing your flaws in your content shows your level of individuality, especially if you're trying to create a community of people just like you, people of creatives, whether that be musicians, artists. Like, you have to show your flaws in order to show that you're actually human. Release, just, whatever you got, just put out and release, and the people still gonna be there. And even if you say to yourself, oh, this is trash, you put it out and people like, yo, this is dope. Because we all have different levels of expectation. We all have different levels of what's good and what isn't. Yo, if you were digging this video, hit me up on Instagram. Love to talk about it. There's more dope content that I make on Instagram. So hit me up, whatever. Send your boy some flowers. I don't know. Until next time. Deuces.